Oh shit, James Harden is pissed. If you didn't hear already, the Philadelphia 76ers organization have officially ended trade talks around James Harden, and he will be back for this upcoming season, at least for training camp, which he says he won't participate in. So, some questions are arising. Will he be back for the regular season? When will be the most realistic departure for James? And an amusing question after this news broke: how awkward will it be for the team to be around Harden going forward if he doesn't get traded? All questions will be answered, dear friends. Stick around. Before we dive into the James Harden predicament, I just want to remind you all, if you enjoy, please consider dropping a like on today's video, subscribe if you want to continue following this little journey I'm embarking on. And now, my friends, let's discuss the clusterfuck that is the James Harden situation. Now, the news that the 76ers ended trade talks around James Harden came out August 12th, and I'll quote Woj, the all-seeing here: the 76ers have ended trade talks on James Harden and plan to bring him back to training camp for start of the season. The Sixers had periodic off-season conversations with the Clippers, Harden's preferred destination, but no traction on a deal materialized. Now, this probably means that Philly couldn't get a package back that would still keep them as contenders in the East, which, obviously would put Philly in a position where they would back out of talks because, they still see themselves as contenders to win it all. Woj also said Sixers and Harden agreed to seek a trade together after Harden picked up his player option for the 2023-2024, but Philly believes it has a championship team with Harden and want to find a way to make it work with him this season, sources said. And yes, it all started with Harden picking up his player option for $35.6 million, which means 3 extra tidbits going forward. 1. A 15% trade kicker is here, so James will receive 5.4 million buckaroos from the 76ers. 2. He cannot sign an extension with the 76ers, or any team for that matter. And 3, he will be an unrestricted free agent next offseason, where then he can bitch and moan about what team he wants to be on. Now, the notorious Hall of Fame strip club freak has made it very clear that he has issue with Daryl Morey, the president of the 76ers organization, for ultimately not giving him a max contract extension. Which, why would you? It's James Harden. He gets unhappy once, and it turns into a nightmare for a whole organization. Now, I hope this doesn't turn into a Mexican standoff like what happened with Bum Simmons before Harden's arrival to Philly, but already we have news that James Harden doesn't plan on taking part in training camp. Suki baby shit. But you expect that from him at this point. No, I don't see him sitting out or anything when the next season arrives in October, but what I do see is James coming back and returning the form alongside MVP Joel Embiid. His agent said too that he, quote, expects Harden to come into next season in the best shape of his career and wouldn't be surprised if he's in the MVP conversation. That's probably not going to happen, but 20 to 23 points a game seems fair considering what he averaged last year, which was 21. Can you do some for me? When will James Harden inevitably depart from Philly? Honestly, it's hard to say at this point. It would probably be before the trade deadline in February. If Harden's resentment for the organization continues well into the season, the 76ers would probably want to get rid of him and get a solid package in return that would still make them contenders to win it all, as opposed to not getting anything next offseason when James is an unrestricted free agent. And finally, how awkward is it going to be at training camp if James decides to show up? Well, he has good relations with his teammates, so I hope it doesn't get too awkward. Best case scenario, this is just a minor bump in the road and the boys can get to business. But I imagine this does sour the mood of his teammates and possibly their view on him, and rightfully so. This is a team that was one of the best in the whole league last season and reviewed as contenders, but ultimately fell short in the second round, which a second round exit for Philly is starting to get just as predictable as saying we're going to celebrate Christmas this year. But jokes aside, they are a great team through and through, and just because James didn't get his max extension doesn't mean he should give up on the team itself, which, although came short last season, they are still going to make the playoffs this year and could possibly make it out of the second round. Here's hoping for you Philly fans. Well, but wait, there's more. I was done writing the script, I recorded and everything, but the morning I was about to edit this video, this clip came out via Shams.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of.
Oh my god, the shit pile keeps piling high, the shit winds are blowing people. The Beard, who's in China as of making of this video, straight up calls out Daryl Morey, calls him a liar, and he won't be part of any organization that he's a part of. Honestly, this threw me for a loop. Is he actually going to sit out if he isn't traded before the season? When more of this comes out, I'll definitely make a follow-up video to this one. That's all for me today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I wish you all a pleasant day. Peace.